I just want to kind of say, going through this whole unemployment process, just a few things that kind of don't seem to make a lot of sense or that have come to my attention going through this. Now, I am a little bit of a different case, as I am a person that's able to make art and jewelry, and actually was signed up for and committed to an art walk, to be the featured artist at an art walk. It was a commitment I had made before I lost my job. And so I was able to have a few materials at least with me. But there's like, I don't know, so you're required to like do job search, and I get that, but like, first off is like, when you lose your job, like instantly, for one thing, especially if you didn't deserve to lose your job, because you deserved a promotion, actually. Instead, you get fired because of insecure managers. Anyways, but like, for anyone going through this, like, naturally you would be like depressed as all hell, like in shock, and like, I also might be a little bit of a different sort of a case, because with losing my job, I lose my housing, which also makes things difficult, because it's like, you lose your job and you've got a house, cool, you've got, maybe your computer set up there, you've got your resume somewhere, but when you really literally have to flee from a job with your life, and you've got a tiny car, and so you can barely bring anything with you, it's like I'm like totally displaced. And so it's like, I'm gonna have to redo my resume, but like, honestly, like, you should be given a couple weeks of leeway when you go through this, because, for most people, I would think, you'd be like really depressed. I mean, I think I got a little bit of it, but like, even though I made good money there and made good tips, like, the stuff was stressful. Like, the reservations weren't taken properly or spaced out properly. And, like, the housing situation was horrible. I was only, like, dealing with it because it was free and cost me nothing, and I'm trying to get a beer truck I bought, like, fixed up and everything, and, so I was willing to, like, deal with a very, very sort of, like, I guess, unhealthy living situation, because it cost me nothing. Anyways, so yeah, there's that. And then now I'm getting like this swimmer's air, non-swimmer's air, even though I don't go swimming. And even though I didn't get swimmer's air when I lived at hot springs for 6 months and was in like unfiltered river water every day, never got any swimmer's air there, but I seem to get it here in Butte, Montana, when I'm being electronically harassed, particularly. So yeah, I did attempt to look for a job. But there's like also like on your thing, you should be able to upload documentation. Like, I've got like homemade invoices that are a photo with quite literally my jewelry in a store behind it. So I should be able to upload those invoices. And so, yeah, like what I reported and what I did with self-employment, and it was only like a fraction of money compared to the hours that I put into it. But, like, taking into consideration, people, like, when somebody has to buy the materials, like, it's a whole process when you make art or jewelry. First, you buy the materials, and sometimes it takes some time for those things to sell and for you to actually make a profit on it, So, yeah, I'll be looking for normal jobs, and, again, pushing all of my actual talents and brilliances to the side so I can get unemployment. Oh, this world needs to change. This whole process needs to change. This government needs to change. Maybe if things weren't set up this way and we weren't just supporting big, huge corporations, and we actually were encouraging people to use their gifts and talents to make money from them and had opportunities for them to do such. Oh man, boy, did I get a dirty look at the grocery store from somebody that works for one of these organizations that quite literally should be defunded, because they discriminate against people. And it's like, they're there and people are making a paycheck, but they're not actually doing anything to like help anyone that's actually like disabled or whatever. I was quite literally like very discriminated against with the like career futures TANF people because they whatever did a flag on me because my radiator wouldn't work. So like when I'm expected to blow up a car trying to drive from Phillipsburg to Anaconda, you know, to go to an appointment. So yeah, I was like discriminated against. And also, you know, they put money into fixing my car, and a corrupt police officer that almost killed me on a welfare check. I mean, that would be a lawsuit. That would be millions of dollars. Of course, it would be a waste of days where I wouldn't be available for work if I were to pursue justice for our land and our nation and for the future. Oh my God. So I mean, I get the parameters of unemployment, but also it doesn't make sense in a lot of aspects at the same time. So yeah, I'll be like looking for work, but it's like, God, when you're displaced, you're like in shock, and you're like, you don't even know what to do with yourself. And I mean, in my case, I'd really like to shine and actually have something that is fitting of my, you know, actual skill level, intelligence level, talents. Like when I went to a 1.5-day neuropsych appointment, you know, like basically her notes was that I had executive qualities. Well, you know, when you've had medical conditions that won't treat, and you've been displaced and literally just trying to jump from place to place with your life every few months, it's kind of hard to get settled into a place where you've got, you know, executive options. Oh, it's also backwards. Everything's so backwards in this country. I would love to be able to help fix it. Would love to. And then also, like in my situation now, I've got no clothes. Like, I wouldn't even be able to, like, really start a job. I'd be wearing the same damn thing to work every day. And I can't even get, you know, a safe and official escort to go back to a place and grab my stuff where my life was threatened and get my clothes. You know, we have to have sometimes we need to have people helping us, and there's nobody out there helping people. And, like, you know, I mean, I have a big family, and we used to be a good family. And that'll change. But back when we were a good family, I had that support, and now I don't have any. And so, and honestly, like part of the reason is because I was defamed and destroyed as an innocent person by a corrupt police officer that really, really screwed up on a welfare check with a chronically ill person and almost killed her. Then had to create a bunch of lies and put it in the paper to cover his ass. Even though since then he's come out as a police officer that was busted, you know, abusing special needs kids in their daycare program. But yet I've got this horrible write-up in the paper about me that they won't take down. And, you know, I'm a great candidate for a nanny. I'm actually extremely trustworthy. Kids love me, animals love me, but like they've painted a picture that I'm a complete horrible psychopath. And this is by a police officer, which of course his name didn't end up in the article when he was like the main person behind all of it happening. Oh my gosh. Guess when your dad's a sergeant here, right? In the old boys club. Oh my gosh, it's such a mess. Like they're just like, if there were actual people available to interview you and find out what your specific case is, but no, now we're going to computers. So now like nothing applies to anybody, and it's just a whole confusing mess. None of this makes any sense. We need real people working with real people to find real solutions to meet their real needs and their real skill sets. But like none of these organizations can provide anything for people like us anyways. So, I mean, it's all a complete waste. And then you know, why would I be available for it? Oh, let's see, because I'm wasting every single day trying to deal with government organizations that are very faulty, insufficient. I mean, I wish I could come up with other adjectives, and if I pre-wrote scripts and didn't just like get on here and talk, I would be able to. But this is my problem, is that you guys want me to go get jobs where I'm going to apply for a job and I'm more qualified, more professional, often more skilled than the managers. So I get sabotaged at them. So I can't work normal jobs because I don't have normal skill sets and normal, you know, qualities. And so not only that, it's miserable when you're a very gifted person that's lost a lot just due to the fact that they wouldn't treat your chronic illness. It's heartbreaking. Like, honestly, Like, I can go work a good job where I've got like the benefits of maybe free housing and really good tips for a while, because I think I'm going to get somewhere. Like, I think I'm going to get tires put on, you know, my beer truck, and be able to fix that up and have a food truck or whatever, you know. Lost my train of thought on that. What was I talking about? So I'm willing to do that for a while. But if I'm stuck in something like that, and I'm a very talented person that's got like 10 talents and skills, and had my own businesses at 29, I had 5 years of college and 3 successful businesses I'd started from scratch, and I was doing early childhood trainings and planned to write early childhood curriculums, and I was doing trainings not only to directors of other child care programs, I was training the people at the community like resource that coordinated the child's care and trained the other directors. Quite literally, they would take my trainings at the conference, but yet I don't even think I'd be able to get a nanny job because I've got a psycho write-up that's completely true and complete defamation of character in this town. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try to deal with like unemployment and applying for jobs that are like far below my skill set level. Honestly, like working those jobs for too long and being stuck in a job like that makes me not want to live. It honestly makes my life feel like a waste, and it honestly causes depression. It causes depression because I'm stuck not being able to use my talents. We are meant to be people that work for ourselves. You know, there should be apprenticeships, and really our organization should be, you know, like more centered towards developing the person and maybe providing them like support and parameters and guidance through the process until they're at a place where, you know, they are proficient enough to be on their own completely running their businesses. But we don't have anything set up like that. So yeah, no, it quite literally causes like mental health problems and depression to be trying to work these average jobs where, you know, I get into a place, I invest in wardrobe, I invest into my job, and then quite literally run off. But I don't have the health or the housing, you know, to actually like get into an executive position or be a manager, you know. And I have special electronic needs like and sensitivities, and that's why I look for jobs at rural places with housing. But I'm finding a lot of nefarious people can be found at those places too. Oh, the Riverside fuckery. So what the hell, like, you know. And yeah, no, I was a very talented person, 99 percentile, set the curve on standardized testing growing up, but yet like we don't have anything available for people like us in this nation. This stuff don't make sense, and the people like me that can help it make sense, we aren't being supported at all. I don't understand things. How are things ever going to change if we don't change the system? Because it's ridiculous. And so, I don't know. So yeah, first I'm going to go get my swimmers and non-swimmers here treated. And then, you know, I guess maybe I'll have a doctor's excuse so I can get my unemployment, you know, while I like look into things, when really my destiny should be here in Butte, Montana. I should be shining with the rest of the shining stars, because I was born a shining star, and I was a shining star. And then it didn't help that I've had false defamation come against me by the law, and our law's pretty corrupt in this town. And I come against it, and I tell the truth, and I report crimes, so it only makes things harder and worse for me. So of course, why would people want to actually report crimes? They might lose their job. They're smart. They're smart to not. Of course, they gave me way too much truth serum at a young age and throughout my life for me to not tell the truth. Plus, I was a pastor's kid, and I'm just like an open book, and I don't know, because that's really the only thing that serves humanity. All this false pretense and fake nice and, you know, lies and PC and all the other bullshit, it isn't serving us. It isn't getting us anywhere as a people. We're just holding back our, you know, our golden era, as we have been since last time we had one, with all the bullshit. Anyways, yeah, what's a girl to do? So I guess I'm gonna have to look for other jobs out there when I'm meant to shine here, right here in the town where the opportunity came to me, meant to shine here. But no, I'm gonna have to go look for subpar and average jobs out there, I guess. So I can be afraid and have my life put in danger again. Yeah, okay, what about, where's the medical care fit into this? Huh? Because people need medical care when they go through stuff like this, but we ain't got time for it. Unemployment.